A shadow of hatred, a silhouette of revulsion, and a cloud of desire. I grew up as an only child living in southeast New York. I had a good childhood. My parents were extremely wealthy and gave me everything I ever asked for. I was given the best teachers, ate off the best dishware, had the biggest room in the entire house. As I grew older, I always felt needed by everyone. Felt as if the world revolved entirely around me. I graduated out of school by the age of 16, and I became a lawyer by the age of 17. People's lives were in my hands, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted more power. I was a lawyer for the better part of 3 years, before I eventually grew bored of the job. I resigned and decided it was time for me to go explore the world. My travels sent me to a course of adventurous nature. I found myself in Newton, New Jersey. Drunk in a late night bar room, I met a girl named Margaret. She took me to her home, and when I woke up, I was lying next to her in bed. One thing led to another, and this became a regular occurrence. We fell in love, lived quite a happy life. I got a message one day that both my parents had passed away in a tragic accident, and I was left with their wealth. I'm ashamed to say that I didn't even shed a tear. All was looking well for us. Something was still missing. I loathed to be something more. I wanted more power. One day, I was approached by a group. They called themselves the Council of Gods. I laughed because, in my ignorance, I didn't believe a word they had said. They offered me a position. They said the God of the multiverse was looking for someone just like me, and I fit the description perfectly. Pathetic. I went to refuse, but they had placed a note into my hand. It had an address on it. When I looked up to question them, they were gone. Disappeared. Vanished into thin air. It angered me, because some group of hooligans were trying to play a prank on me, and I knew it. I was Miles Mistblade. Something in the back of my mind ached. I wanted this power so badly, and they were to taunt me with it. I returned home to my wife. She greeted me with a smile. I decided to rest in the thought. Throughout the night I could not sleep. Who were these people? What made them think they had the right to trick me? I couldn't shake it. I got up in the middle of the night and left. I went to the address on the note, and upon arriving, I found nothing more than an old shed. It had holes, and the floorboards were rotten. I let out a short sigh of relief. Obviously, it was just a prank. I was stupid to even go there. I turned around to be met face to face with the man He stood 8 foot tall and had a goatee down to his kneecaps. I was confused. Who was this man? Where did he come from? But he pointed behind me at the shed. As I turned around, the shed was no longer there, but instead in its place, a golden ringed portal. Through it I saw for the first time the council's abode. I could feel the power surging from the gates. It was all I ever wanted in life. The man said to me that all of it one day could be mine. All I would have to do is leave my life behind, start anew as his apprentice. It wasn't even a question. I immediately accepted. And so, I sealed my fate. The man smiled at me as he entered through the portal and signaled for me to follow. I didn't think twice as I was walking forwards, but I heard the most distant yelp come from behind me. I immediately turned to see the love of my life, standing across from me. She looked confused, worried, concerned for my well-being. She begged me not to leave her. That power means nothing. Her love would suffice. Maybe for her, but it wasn't enough for me. I left her, and I trained under the man as his apprentice for a great deal of years, unlocking the impossibilities of the world, a true power I always had longed for. Eventually, all my trials brought me to become an ultimate longed for. I decided to be shared with great power. I was released until my time to take rule was to come to pass. I decided it was best for me to return to the mortal plane and create my own world, the world I wanted. In my world, everything revolved around me. In my world, I owned a city. The name of the city was Snow Tree. In my world, I ran a school for people that didn't understand themselves or the world around them. It was named Misplaced. Everything and everyone revolved entirely around me, until one day I once again grew bored of it. I set out a listings of events piece by piece, and I watched the world I made tear itself apart, bit by bit. And now it is in shambles. I spent much of my life wanting nothing more than power. It has been 70 years since I tore my world apart. I am growing older now, but I could care less about power. But it's all I see around me. You are a sad, sad man, Myles Recollection.